Hi, it's Mark Coleman from Paul's Photo and the Creative Photo Academy, and I get questions every day. And I never mind when you come in with a question. So we make these little videos to help you so that you can get better pictures, because that's what Paul's Photo and the Creative Photo Academy is all about. It's your pictures, it's your quality, it's getting the pictures that you want. So you just got a camera, and it really doesn't matter what camera you got as long as it's got some settings. And what are the basic settings that we need to think about? So the basic settings are here on the mode dial. So on the mode dial, you are going to tell the camera how you want it to go. In the green auto setting, or auto, we call it green auto because on most cameras it's green, because it's green and go. It's idiot proof. The camera controls everything. So when the camera controls everything, the camera controls the focus, the flash, the light, the color, the feeling of the photo. So if you're not happy with the focus, the color, the light, the feeling of the photo, you've got to take some control. Now the camera technology is great, but it doesn't know what kind of a picture you want. So how do you set that? On the mode dial. The first setting you can make on the mode dial is to turn it from green auto to green auto with no flash, so the flash doesn't go. So if you're in a church or a museum, or you hate the picture quality with the little built-in pop-up flash, you don't have to use it. The second set of choices that you're going to make are the scene modes. And all the cameras have lots of scene modes. So I'm going to set this one to the portrait. And the three basic ones in scene mode are portrait, the face, landscape, the mountain, or action, the running guy. And so you set that here or here, green auto, no flash, portrait, landscape, running guy. Other cameras are going to have more scenes. So you can have, some of the cameras have a menu with 50 different scene modes. Party mode, snow mode, fireworks mode. And you can use all those. So some cameras have 15 or 20 different scene modes. Party, night fireworks, food, pets, children. And those are all great. The whole point for the scene mode is it's still fully idiot-proof automatic, but you are taking control. You are telling the camera what kind of picture you want. So that's why the three scene modes that I recommend all the time, portrait, landscape, and action, are the ones that you should be setting on virtually every picture. So let's break those down. The first one is portrait. The portrait mode is used, the portrait scene mode is used when you want to isolate a subject. Take a single solitary person usually. So a person, a pet, maybe flowers or a bowl of fruit, and you just want that in the picture. You want the camera to concentrate the focus on that. That's going to be in the portrait mode. The scenery mode is for deeper pictures. You're going to have a little bit brighter color. The camera's going to try to give you focus from the front to the back of the photo. So we use that when we're in Yosemite, at Death Valley, where you want the foreground, the middle ground, and the background. Now you could also use that scene mode landscape if you're doing a group photo. You've got the whole baseball team and you've got the front row, the middle row, and the back row. If you use the portrait mode for the baseball team, the front row is going to be in focus and the back row is going to be out of focus. So we don't want to do that. So landscape mode for scenery, for distance, for bigger group shots, scenery mode. And then finally, the action or running guy is for anything that's moving. So if I was a beginning photographer and I'm just shooting normal subjects, I would leave my camera in the running guy mode all the time, because that's going to help me stop action, give me clearer pictures on anything that's moving. So sure, you're going to use that for a sporting event. Sure, you're going to use that for the kids at the park. Yes, you're going to use that on safari with us in Africa or at the ball game. Running guy. So green auto, sports mode, action, landscape, scenic, portrait, people, solitary subjects mode. Very important to master those auto or idiot-proof modes. Now, there's a lot of other modes to explore in the camera. We're not going to do those today. But if you really want to learn the camera, if you really want to learn the settings, we're going to switch from the idiot-proof side of the dial, to the creative side of the dial. And in the creative side of the dial, we have 4 settings. M for manual, A or AV for aperture priority, S or TV for shutter priority, and P for program. And when you're in manual, shutter, aperture, or program, you are setting or helping the camera set the f-stop and the shutter speed and the ISO so that you are in more control of the light. You're in more control of the picture. You're going to get a picture. If you screw it up, that's what you're going to get. But you're going to be more in control of the picture you're going to get. Now, to learn more about program, shutter, aperture, and manual, come to Photo Bootcamp. There we'll talk about the ISO, the shutter speed, the f-stop, every single lesson to get you going. But here's just 30 seconds on each. Program mode. The camera sets the f-stop and shutter speed for you. So the camera balances the light. What's the difference between program mode and green auto? In program mode, I can make the picture lighter or darken. I can bias the picture to give me a faster or slower shutter speed to stop or blur action. I can also set the ISO, whether I want brighter, more vibrant color, or indoors, low light, a softer, more grainier color type look. Those are all settings that you can do in P4 program. Manual mode, you are setting manually by the light meter in the camera, by your choice, the f-stop and the shutter speed and the ISO to control the light. So you're having full control of what the picture is going to look like. Aperture priority, where I leave my camera for automatic most of the time, A or AV, I pick the f-stop. I choose the depth of field or focus by choosing the aperture or f-stop to be able to set the picture, to choose what I want the picture to be like. And the camera is going to balance the light with the shutter speed. Or finally, shutter priority, where you're going to choose the action stopping ability of the shutter speed, and then the camera will choose the aperture for you. So once again, the creative side of the dial, M for manual, P for program, A or AV for aperture priority, TV or S for shutter priority. We'll have more lessons coming up about f-stop and shutter speed and ISO a little bit later. If you want to learn and you're here in the Los Angeles area, come on down to the Creative Photo Academy and take our Photo Bootcamp. 6 weeks with a field trip to help you really learn and master the f-stop, the shutter speed, and the ISO. This is Mark Coleman from Paul's Photo wishing you great pictures, and come on down, let's have some fun and take some pictures together.